morning, intuitives. Wanted to get a quick video out early this morning before I have to go to that job that I hate that serves no purpose other than a paycheck. First, I want to thank everyone who takes the time to watch these videos, especially those that like and subscribe to help these videos reach other people that are potentially in a similar situation to myself, and those of you that take the time to view these videos. Again, thank you. This gives me, some sense of purpose in helping others, which I believe is my, highest purpose in life, to do what little I can to help others and change the system and create a better world. And that goes into what I am talking about in this video, and that is how INFJs, ENFJs, ENFPs, all intuitives, but especially INFJs, are essentially spirits in the material world. Now, what I mean by that is we are deep thinking, very intuitive, very soulful people who like to find the meaning in everything, who look at the big picture, who want deep, profound things. We're not surface level. We don't like small talk. And our goals in life aren't driven by material wealth. So an INFJ, they want a purpose in life. We want to make the world a better place in some way. In my case, I want to help people, and I want to put an end to the era of the old boys clubs. It's quite a task, and will I see it in my lifetime? Probably not. But I have to do my part to at least help end that destructive, exploitive, corrupt, nepotistic, and cronyism status quo that still exists and is still celebrated in many cases. Needs to end. I'm all about merit, but and equality. I don't care who's related to who, or who grew up with who, or who dated who, or I don't care. It doesn't impress me. When someone comes to me and tells me what a big shot they are, or how important they are because of who their father was, it's just like you're coattail rider. You can't forge your own path. Daddy gave you everything, and I've said that to some people's faces that had that look of shock, as if like, you can't talk to me like that because of who I am. And, if you don't care, you don't care, right? And in other aspects, like INFJs, when it comes to love, we're definitely in that truly, madly, deeply category. It's about the emotional connection, the synchronicity, the emotions and feelings you have with that person, and the ability to open up with them and them to understand you. And, there's plenty of videos on that. But the point I'm making with that is that we, INFJs, and most intuitives in general, value that above all else. That's what we look for in a romantic relationship. We don't care about the person's status or influence or power or material wealth. That doesn't mean anything to us. That doesn't fix any of our problems. To give you an example, I've said in many of my videos how there's mainly three things I wanted out of life: unconditional love, a job where I can help people and feel fulfilled in doing so, and to live in a progressive city. Money only solves one of those. I could have all the money in the world, and I would only have one out of three. And I've had two out of three at one point in my life. And I didn't really have money. I mean, I wasn't living paycheck to paycheck. It was nice, but money could provide me the opportunity to live wherever I want, yes, but it wouldn't solve any other of my problems. It would probably create more problems, because all the wrong people would give me the time of day simply because I would have money. That's what I, intuitively think would happen, and I've seen it with other people. There's evidence to support that theory. So being that we're spirits in the material world, we're misunderstood, because the things that most people seek, the things that most people see as success or making it or happiness, doesn't apply to us, because it's surface, it's superficial, it doesn't have that deep meaning that we not only crave but need. and will often, be put down and misunderstood in life for not seeking those things. Like, for example, not solely pursuing a career simply based on what the salary is, even if you have to be a scumbag and exploit other people in that position to gain that wealth. And there's plenty of examples. You can use your own intuition. There's a lot of examples, sadly, that fall into that category where taking advantage of others, exploiting others, being abusive is rewarded in kind with power, wealth, influence, and in some cases even adoration, at least until that person is exposed. INFJs will never keep a secret for their own benefit. If somebody's being exploited, somebody's being abused, our sense of integrity will compel us to do the right thing, even at our own detriment. I've mentioned, multiple times in life where, that I've been in that situation and I did the right thing at my own detriment, both financially and even to my freedom once, although that quickly was fixed because I actually did the right thing. And knowing truth can sometimes prevent people from retaliating against you. But that's not always the case, sadly. So, being the type of person that seeks the deeper things in life, the things that can't be bought with money, can be frustrating. Living in a world that's built for censors and that is built to idolize money above all else. Because, it's not like an INFJ doesn't want influence, it's what we want to do with that influence. An INFJ would want influence to create a better world, to change a broken status quo, to help others speak out, to, rip the mask off of the wolves in sheep's clothing, so to say. An INFJ would never want adoration, power, or fame simply because they want the attention. We can go into the spotlight, but it has to be for some purpose. We can handle being in a spotlight if being in a spotlight is enabling us to speak out and potentially change something, to get other people to stand up, to create a movement. Gandhi's a good example of that. Nelson Mandela is a good example of that. An INFJ never wants to be in a spotlight just to be in a spotlight to say, hey, look at me, I'm so great. We actually abhor people like that and call them out as fake, and you know the types of people. We all deal with them in life, and we all, as INFJs and most other intuitives, are usually pretty quick to see right through them. So at times, being a spirit in the material world is very frustrating and very lonely, because not only are most people not like us, we are not the most inclined to be the most social people. So our chances of meeting others like us are relatively slim comparatively to meeting more, quote, normies that don't understand us and label us things like enigmas and, my personal favorite, eccentric. Yes, I'm eccentric. I embrace that. So, embracing who we are is very important. Know, that there are others like you. In this age, it's nice that we have things like YouTube and Facebook and Reddit that can create communities where, at least to some degree, we can converse with other people like us that understand us to a degree. I mean, we're all unique, but people that have our same or similar personalities are going to have a lot of similar traits, similar experiences, and will at least be, most of the time, able to relate to us, at least on some level. My advice to especially younger spirits in the material world is, do not try to fit in, because that never ever ends well. Now, for INFJs, the whole like fake it thing doesn't work at all. We don't know how to fake it. We don't know how to pretend to be somebody else for maybe more than a couple minutes at best. And the guys they'll fall very quickly. We're too authentic as people, and pretending to be something that we're not, especially if it's something that we despise, will make us sick to our stomachs very, very quickly, as I know. Other intuitive types, they're far better at hiding their, eccentric nature, their weirdness. ENFJs are really good at it. Uh, that works to a point for them because they're social creatures and they need interaction with people more than introverts like INFJs, but they'll quickly become disgusted with the same surface level bullshit that we can't stand, and that'll cause them to isolate themselves as well, which is far more unhealthy for them than it is for us, because INFJs, why we are the most extroverted of introverts, we do need that recharge time, although too much time alone with our thoughts is detrimental to us and probably cause us to overthink, more than usual and send us into an NITI loop, which can be self-destructive. So remember, if you fit in this category, you're not alone. Be authentic to yourself. Do not apologize for not seeking material wealth. Seek whatever gives you fulfillment. Listen to your own intuition above all else. I can't say that enough, because people that are not like us, that believe, materialism and things and stuff is the most important, will try to thwart your efforts to whatever you've decided your purpose in life is and try to steer you down a path where you'll be more, where they want you to just seek wealth for the sake of wealth because material things will make you happy. They won't. They won't. Not for us. It doesn't work that way. A wealthy INFJ who doesn't have a purpose or unconditional love or whatever you seek is just brooding in a nicer room than the INFJ who doesn't have money. That's the difference. You want to sit alone with your thoughts, and to me, what's the point of sitting alone with my thoughts miserable in a mansion compared to doing it in a one-bedroom apartment? That doesn't change anything for me personally. I don't know if anybody else sees that as a huge improvement. You can leave it in the comments below. Yeah, apologies for that last video I put. I recorded it, or I recorded it once yesterday morning, and I really liked it. And that's saying something, because I hate most of my videos and want to redo them. But it didn't record, so I tried to do it from memory, and it didn't work out so well, because I do most, if not all of these, to a large degree off the cuff of my thoughts, because I want it to be authentic. And I want you to see, how I'm processing these thoughts, and I may go off on a tangent, and that may help you. It may help relay my point. I don't want videos with heavy editing to make it appear as if, I'm trying to play a character, or God forbid relay platitudes, because that would turn my stomach, because I abhor platitudes. So that one didn't work out that well. I'm sorry. I have some really deep videos in the works. One that I'm actually taking notes on, because it goes into concepts of Nietzsche and free will and cause and effect. And in order to relay those points in a at least semi-coherent manner, I have to take notes, because otherwise my INFJ brain won't get it out right, because things from here don't make it out here all that well. If only you could read my mind. If only everybody could read my mind, because there's not a lot that I'm ashamed of in there, but there's some deep things that I can't convey properly. There's something lost, and we all go through that. It's frustrating as hell. So thank you again for taking the time to watch. Please like, subscribe, share this video wherever you want. If you feel it'll help somebody, that's why they exist. Never sell out your integrity. Trust your intuition. And never apologize for valuing connections and helping people over money. You have nothing to apologize for.